All right.
Go!
Neutral button. No warrior now.
It's Parks.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this?
Neutral button. No warrior now.
Parks on the board.
Yes. Microphone check 1 2. What is this? The JBP boys are not here. They're not here, man. What you want me to do, my guy?
JBP boys are working on business.
My guys are not here, man. Rory is not here. Maul is not here. However,
You got it.
I'm in Rory's seat where I've always wanted to be.
Yeah. Look, we're tinkering today.
Figure it out.
No, we are a multi-million-dollar establishment.
That's true.
Enough of this. Enough tinkering. We're figuring it out. No, this is up and it's stuck. But yeah, I like the seat.
Yeah.
I like the seat. When Rory returns, he will have to return to this seat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I hope that Maul and myself don't fight over it. Wait, we got to put something there. Put something over there. Let's memorialize the seats. Listen, man.
I don't have anything as cool as what Maul wears.
I'm here for, and I don't dress as fly as him either.
Yeah.
But neither does anyone here. Yeah. But we're here. We have some business that we need to address first and foremost because the streets are in a frenzy.
They are.
Did you know they would be in a frenzy this
course
way?
I did.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You knew they would
I think
be.
it was actually a little tamer than.
Yeah, I expected way worse than
Yeah.
what I saw. But the streets are in a frenzy.
Yeah.
I'll eliminate some of the suspense because I either love or hate when a show or doc does that. Rory and Maul are not here, but this is Rory's seat. This is not Ice's seat.
Correct.
And that is Maul's seat. And whenever they feel like returning to their seats, then they'll return to their seats.
Then I can go back to work.
And then what will happen is the same thing that happens when your star players come back. Ice will go back to his job. Savon will go back to being voiceless in the corner, just taking the timestamps, and then everything is cool. But I also really enjoyed us getting killed. I enjoyed Savon getting killed, Ice getting killed, me getting killed, because all I did was show up to work.
Right.
Yeah, so these are
understand.
these guys' seats, and I'll be honest with you guys, I love when podcasts go through this type of turmoil. I do. But I'm weird. No objections, huh?
No.
I was just
I
gonna
love when podcasts go through this because it shapes things. It shapes character. Even 2 weeks ago, or how many weeks ago, I was saying to Rory here, yo, sometimes I love when a situation just presents itself so you can see your girl see what she'll do in that moment. And he said to me, well, what do you mean? Give me an example. And I said, I can't think of one right now, but I'll get back to you. Ta-da! This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you're asking me, and I'm transparent talk here, I would have never envisioned anything like this happening. Oh my God! What?
Happens to the best of them, buddy.
Yeah.
Rory
I
and
was shocked.
Maul
Yeah.
are not here.
Yeah.
They're talking.
Are they the streets?
Who knows? I don't know who the streets is. I'm just saying some of this stuff you can't plan for, you can't envision. All you could do is let the universe play out and see the side of the fence that everyone stands on. Let me address some of the fans' concerns. And let me speak for myself, right? Because what I'm learning as I go about this podcast network business is as I continue to ascend and as we continue to ascend, as Savon has expressed to me on different occasions, it's harder for people to talk to me.
Could be.
No, it's not could be. Stop with this. Stop with this trolling. Could be. No. I deal in certainty and facts. It's not could be. People are having a difficult time speaking to Joe about things. That's my reality, no one else's. And that doesn't mean anything until it does. Until you start hearing whispers in the street. Until you start hearing rumors from places that shouldn't have any rumors. And even that don't mean nothing if you don't put any stock into those type of things, because I don't. But that don't mean that other people are not. We all got eyes and ears. Well, just that fast, you've thrust me into a unique situation, which I sit because I have to understand everyone's perspective. But, damn, bro.
It's hard being the boss, huh?
That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy.
What?
Because I'm not, this didn't start with visions of boss.
Yeah.
And y'all know me, so I don't run around saying things like that. I'm not, we in such I don't take this platform for granted, the audience for granted, the fact that the audience travels with us for granted. Like, I appreciate all of those things.
That's what
I appreciate the fact that this is with friends, or what we assume to be friends. I have experience going out there and trying to get true value for something, or going to work with some people that I didn't necessarily enjoy, or going to work and have to kick and knock down doors to get information, and then taking that to confirm it or disprove it, to see what's real and what's not. It's a constant PTSD that people have to deal with.
Yeah.
So that's not my position. My position is the opposite. My position is, because I'm a creator, I always understand the position.
But you're the boss now. Things have changed for you. I'm sorry.
And that's evolution, Joe.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
part
good
of
thing.
evolution.
It's something that you're going to have to learn to deal with both internally and externally.
Okay, that's great, but that's still not Joe's position. Joe's position is, boy, I know how shit feels. I know how it feels from every corner of the club. I know how it feels, and I'm not speaking about Maul and Rory specifically. Now we're just kind of talking.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know how it feels to not be searching for something and find something that you maybe didn't know existed. And like how to respond to that. People always call Joe a lunatic because I come on here and I look like a lunatic, because there's a lot of behind the scenes things that occur, and then I look fucking nuts. But I mean, when you get into the crux of it, when I screamed on Complex in here, I had a baby on the way. I had a kid coming. My thoughts were not just related to what was happening at work. It was, oh shit, I might have to piece this together. How am I piecing this together? How am I paying these bills? How am I buying diapers? How am I X, Y, Z? Like, the way that I got to deduce might be different. It ain't just a work thing, right? So when you're feeling things, for me, you know what's a courtesy? You know what would be nice? For my employer to care, or not my employer, my place of work to care. When I had all of my issues with Complex, I was looking for them to care because I thought it was valuable. They said, hey, you having a baby. Thank you for your time. Joe's out of here. I was home surprised. That was a courtesy that just wasn't extended. Cool. Spotify. You come in here, you beef with them. They got what their people put a little press clip out that said, hey, man, we offered them something significant. It didn't work out, man. Wish you the best. Thanks for your time.
Because it's just business to them.
That's how it goes. So that's my reaction when I see the fans attempt to split up something that was built so carefully over the years, right? There's a Parks Hive.
Yeah.
There's a Rory Hive. There's a Maul Hive. There might be a tiny, say, Vaughn
There's a Savon
I
Hive.
got a little
I think there's
something.
Alex Hive too.
I got a little
Yeah,
something.
the Erickson
There's,
Hive.
there's hives around, and you
hives.
don't
I
want
like
to
that.
cause confusion and division amongst the hives, even with shit. So I mean, the best thing you could do is what I wished would have been granted for me when I was going through it, is to just give time. Give everybody time to chill, get back to their respective corners, figure out what they want to do, how they want to go about doing it. But truth be told, and I said this in many of Joe verses, none of us are slaves to the audience. None of us owe anybody else anything. No one owes anybody anything. Like, everybody has a choice in different matters. And some of us have to be responsible for that. And let me tell you a little bit about my guys who I love and I miss a little bit. And I felt safe saying this about Maul before I spoke to Maul, and I did speak to Maul. Maul doesn't give a fuck about podcasting. Like, is that a shock to anybody? Maul's not a podcaster. He doesn't care about podcasting. He doesn't care about any of this shit that comes along with podcasting. Maul is a man of principle.
Yeah, that part's fair. I don't know if I would say he doesn't care about podcasts. I think he cares about this podcast.
For sure.
Well, he devoted his time to it.
Yeah, maybe not podcasting as a whole.
The landscape of the business.
Yeah. But he cares,
He cares
about
this
this
podcast for sure.
and what comes with it.
Let me tell you
That
something.
much is for sure.
No, let's get back into uncomfortable conversations.
Okay.
People thought I was nuts when I wanted to leave Slaughterhouse. It's not that I didn't care about Slaughterhouse, or I didn't care about rap, or I didn't care about the group. I didn't care enough to stay around and continue to deal with some of the stuff that was going on. So that's what I mean when I say Maul don't care about podcasting.
Okay.
It's Maul's moral compass. It isn't the toughest to digest. It's, hey, is it fly or is it not? Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all been listening to Maul enough over the years to know that that is his position, I would assume, especially the Maul High. So if Maul bump into something on this podcast that he think ain't fly, guess what? Hey, you can have that. I can't speak for Rory's position. I don't know. Even though I have spoke to Rory. You got to say this. They be ready to attack.
Yeah.
I can't speak for that. But as someone that's been on the other side of all of this, I feel him. I feel him. When shit got to get right, it got to get right. When I was 35 years old, not story time, but I was trying to picture how shit would look in my 40s. And when I did a gut check, a reflection check, what I learned was my credit was bad, my license was suspended, my name was bad, my reputation was bad, and just so many things were bad. And if I didn't want things to continue this way, I would have to make some serious changes. And then that's what happened. You make the necessary changes that you see fit. But even in friendship, back to friendship and business, in those relationships, you still got to do a check every few years to make sure you're getting what you need from the relationship.
Yeah. That's with everything. Personal relationships, business relationships,
Yeah, man.
friendships, family relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, sometimes you outgrow things. You outgrow people. Hey, maybe some of the things that I wanted and that was suitable for me a few years ago are no longer suitable. But whose job is it to share that?
Yours.
And everyone is entitled to that. I don't joke when I come on here at the end of the pod and say your life is a series of moments and moments pass. I'm not in here just saying things.
That's real.
This has been a beautiful moment. If anything, if the run is over, we made podcast history.
Absolutely.
Two times over.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's something to celebrate. If the run is over. If you're asking me, I don't think the run is over.
I don't think so.
I think everybody's going to get right.
Yes.
It's a tremendous weight that comes with running the business and its bills, and you fighting companies and corporations and DSPs, and
Talent.
it's talent, personality management with this network shit.
It's a lot.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And when you look to your friends for help, they can only really help you if they know what's going on.
And it becomes difficult if a lot of your friends are in the pool, one pool or another, talent or business or whatever. It gets complicated. Because they have to protect their business self and be a good friend at the same time.
How do you do that?
I'll quote Rory on this, even though I don't necessarily take the same approach. Through lawyers and management, and or third party in some manner,
Like mediation type of thing.
some type of mediation. I've been doing business with you, Joe Budden, for a very long time. Whether it's podcasting, whether it's music, whether it's touring, which to me is a separate business. I don't come to you with business shit because we have to keep
It's a good idea.
doing things. We have to do things. And you have professionals in place. So
It's
general-
tougher in podcasting parts, I would believe, because podcasting is such a new thing.
That too.
It's such a new business. It's such a new phenomenon, and we're still at the precipice of it.
I think there's probably still professionals, lawyers, managers, or whatever that say, what? You get paid to sit around and talk? Like, I don't really understand this.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Is it intellectual property? What is it?
Well, and that's back to my unique position. One, I can no longer assume that everything is known amongst everyone. And two, I keep finding myself in a position that I'm educating people on things that they may not be educated about. And they're using those things against me at some point in the future.
Okay.
Not saying Rory and Maul, please don't speculate. Those are my guys. We've opened this up.
Yeah.
But period. So now when you make the Republican Joe jokes, well, yeah, it's kind of funny and it's appropriate because, now I got to understand the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
But I bumped into that. That was a mistake. I'm being clear with y'all because my dad always told me you could play the hand upside down. It's going to play the same way. You can see the cards. My plan is the same. You try to stop it now. And that's my problem. I kind of have somewhat of an understanding of the corporation's position when Joe starts acting like a lunatic.
Mm-hmm. And that's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. As someone who has been against the machine the whole time to now be the machine.
Right.
It ain't. It's so much easier because I've been on the other side. Yo, these seat, that's Maul's seat, and that's Rory's seat. Whenever it pass,
That's still their seat.
whenever it work out,
Yeah.
whenever the feelings, because they're fickle, go by and you kick it.
Feelings are fickle. They're not fickle.
No, feelings are fickle.
I know. I just wanted to clarify.
Feelings are fickle. So when they go by, these seats will be here.
Yeah.
It's not for me to go call Star and put him there and call Wayno and put him there and fucking call anybody else and put him there.
Yeah.
It's shit that's going on.
Yeah.
I get it. You're extending, like you said, when you were going through the issues with Complex, how they were like, all right, fuck it, Joe out of here. You're not saying that.
I would never say that.
No, I know you wouldn't. I'm talking about for the listeners.
No, you can never say that.
You're saying that, listen, whatever's happening is happening, but when this blows over, these seats are right here. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you gotta say that. But I mean, does it come with some caution because you've been that guy? Like, you know all that's at risk and all that's at stake when these things occur? Yeah, but it's your job to balance it. But I mean, it's a real simple fight. Listen, I don't even want to scare the audience. It's not even a fight.
Not really.
I spoke to both these guys.
It's not a money thing.
It's a miscommunication. It can't be a money thing. It's too much money to go around.
Correct.
Miscommunication.
It's too much money to go around and never be a money thing. It won't never be that with me.
Right.
It's a pure miscommunication, misunderstanding, lack of information to gain a proper understanding.
And it's PTSD and paranoia as it relates to, we've all heard the horror stories of fucking business from your mouth directly, if nowhere else. So people have fears that there's shit happening, maybe, or unclear if there's shit happening.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I turned into that guy.
I know.
And I would hope that I have people around me that if for some strange reason I started turning into that guy, they would check me.
Yeah, we would.
When I bump into capable people,
What is value?
I don't mind paying them.
What is value?
Because if you can create the value, you should get some of it.
Right.
That's what Rory does. That's what Maul does. That's what I do. That's what you do. That's what Ian does. Savon. That's what we all create the value. The problem that creators run into along the way is we never get our fair share of the pie. So what we start doing is trying to cut out the pie
Yeah.
where we can.
Yeah.
The problem when everything works is what? You guessed it. Ain't but so much cutting of the pie you can do. It's working now. You can see it. People visibly see it.
Give them the perspective of how many podcasts there are out there.
Well, we can Google it. There's probably 3,000 born a day now. Like, the number continues to increase. But that's why the percentage is so low. Because the podcasts that make it, and the podcasts that don't. And believe me, to the trained eye, you can tell what podcasts are making money and which podcasts are not.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Look at this.
There are currently 850,000 active podcasts and over 30 million podcast episodes. More than half of all U.S. consumers above the age of 12 listen to podcasts. Okay, that's all you need to know.
That's crazy.
Got it. Granted. Hey, let's step even further than that because there's people running around putting mud on my name, not Rory and Maul. Don't y'all think that. I would never use the platform that they helped to build to say a negative utterance about them. It's not who Joe is. In friendship, you might get lost. You might lose sight of who people are.
Especially when friendship and business meet.
At this level,
Yeah.
touring with your friends.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a fun fact that Joe knows that I assume other people know, but I will no longer assume. This podcast, we've won awards. We've been ranked number 1. We've been ranked number 2. We've been ranked 11. We're currently ranked 31. Wherever the ranking is, who cares? I know what rankings mean. It's like a Grammy. This podcast holds 4 expensive seats. No, think about it. Just chill out. Just chill out. Let the room breathe. Let the room breathe.
Let it breathe.
Let it breathe. Get some air, pour a drink. Do with that what you want. I can't be responsible for how everyone disseminates that, processes that information. Are you kidding me? A show that owns 4 people to take up, NBC would never. They wouldn't. The talk, the view, the real, the this, the that, the third. Shit.
We got the bag for one person only.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
For 4 people. I like it like that. I can't lessen anybody's contribution. That's 4 people to make the job or should make the job that much easier. And now we got to add Erickson. Now we got to add Savon. Now we got to add Alex. Now we got to add digital media people, digital marketing. Got to add lawyers. Got to add accountants. Got to add the touring people.
Insurance.
Got to add the insurance, the server costs because our sound is so pristine because you refuse to compress the shit so that we pay less money. Like those things. Those simple questions like, oh, why that shit sounds so good? Joe know.
It costs.
You know what it costs.
Joe knows exactly why that sounds so good. And I know why they're not doing it.
I've spent a lot of money
Who
on
the
gear.
fuck would want to carry that cost? I would never. But that's where creators always need help. We create things out of nothing, but we always need somebody that will come and help us build a business out of it. Johnny and I had that discussion years ago, right? When he came up with this new way to package dog food. It was brilliant and genius and something that I thought should have been handled long ago, just in thought, right? He couldn't get it off the ground.
Damn.
It was the best idea in the world. He couldn't get it off the ground. And then he came to me and said, well, who's more valuable? The person that creates the idea or the person that can get it off the ground? And I said,
That's, yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Now you got to talk, buddy. See, that's what I'm saying. If you could read the tea leaves, then you could read the tea leaves. And if you can't, then you can't. But if you can't, I'm done explaining it to people. If you don't understand how valuable ownership is and why it's valuable, I can't explain it to you. If you don't see all the different avenues in which you can collect, if you don't see all the different ways that the economy is changing before our eyes, I can't continue to explain it to you, but just know that the current spirit of deals is what's going to continue to exist and evolve. That Swiss deal with Timberland where they sold some shit and then gave everybody rights, gave everybody equity, that's the spirit of a deal. That's the reincarnation of what Hove tried to do with Tidal over there when they did that really bad announcement that went out. Yeah. But that was the spirit of what he was trying to do. In 2021, I'm clearing energy. I need people around that get it. This is not Rory and Maul.
No.
Just in general.
I need people, in general. As somebody that's building a network.
Right.
Because building a network is what the tea leaves led me to. I wasn't making an album with A-Rab saying, let me build a network. Right?
Yeah. They hate when you get on this, by the way, but I want to dispel some of that. He's got a couple YouTube shows, and that's a network. I mean, that's how you start a network.
You know,
it's 2021.
Funny thing about network is the reason I started my podcast that I hated,
I
Joe
had a lot of
called
fun
me
with that.
and said, yo, listen, I want to build a podcast network.
Mm.
I want you to start one. Name somebody else. You to start one, you to start one. If y'all can pull in these amount of views a week, we're going to come together and it's going to be under a network.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he had the network idea years ago.
Yeah.
And the idea of my network is we're not gonna take it.
Right.
No, we ain't gonna take
Want to
it.
be done differently. And
We're
not,
not,
with fuck
it's
shit.
the whole premise of, yo, we're gonna get a bunch of people that understand, get it, and won't take no for an answer. Everybody will build their individual asset in a few years. We'll all come together and see what those numbers are worth collectively. I see what our numbers are worth as one individual podcast. And no, they haven't been enough to garner us what we want because they're still trying to include all of our rights.
Right.
I think that story looks different. If you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 podcasts that are performing well.
Yeah.
Right.
I play this hand upside down. You can see the play. That's Joe's play. For the past 6 weeks, I gotta be honest. It's been rough. Hey, and it may have been rough even before that, but this is only my brain. They're not here, so it's been hard.
There's been tension.
You speak to it, Dan. What the fuck I keep talking for?
Visible-
You've been here.
Visible and audible tension. That we play around a lot. We joke on each other. We clown you being depressed music and all that kind of shit. But behind that may have been some serious shit.
I gotta make a face because I love documentation. 2 years ago when I said a joke ain't a joke if we never get serious, that's the fuck I was talking about. That words have meaning and power.
Sure.
Energy.
Yeah, it travels. If we gonna do that in here,
It transfers.
hey guys, this outfit has grown way bigger than sit here and joke on Joe.
Let's keep it all the way 100 though. At some point, you saying 6 weeks ago or 2-3 months ago, the fans started to notice.
They did.
Come on,
fans started to
man. Come on.
Yeah.
And we coming in here with LARP. I learned that word on some that phrase on some doc I watched. LARP. We coming in here with live action role play.
Aha. Was it the QAnon doc?
Yes.
I learned that one too.
It was the QAnon doc.
Nerds.
It was
Fucking
the
nerds.
You didn't watch the QAnon
No,
doc?
I didn't watch the
Those,
QAnon.
those racist fucks, they hate us.
I don't even know what the fuck QAnon is.
They're
man,
gonna
to be
kill
honest
you.
with
They're gonna eradicate us.
For not knowing who
But I'm
QAnon.
watching that, and I heard that term, live
LARP.
action role play, and I said, "Ding,
That's your bag.
that's what." No, it's not my bag. You move that mic away from me. For the last however long, I feel like that's what we've been coming in here doing, which is live action role play. By now, people know who Maul is or assume to know who he is. They assume to know who I am. They assume to know who Rory is. And we come in here and we act under the guise of friendship. But for us to be friends, you got to continue to do things to maintain the friendship.
I agree.
So at some point, if we stop talking, if we don't talk at all, because me and Maul maybe don't talk, but, well, that's not true. We talk. But when the business talks start to outweigh the friendship talks, there's a problem. And that's where we've been for the last, because it's successful.
Everyone's busy.
Everyone's busy. You go about your life. You doing shit. You get into your interests and your passions.
And you want to get away from work,
Yeah, but when your friends become work,
no doubt. That's
now,
Yeah, this. I mean, I can't speak for y'all, but this. I wouldn't see this as work.
a lot of people don't.
But
And I
again,
understand.
But it is.
I don't
But it
sit in
is.
this seat often.
but it is.
Yeah.
But it is. I looked Rory in the eye and I said, yo, and this has nothing to do with podcasting. I said, yo, I have no idea what's going on with you in your house, your relationship status. I don't know anything that's going on in your life. And he said, well, why do you have to? I show up, I do my job, I perform, and I go. I understand that.
I get that if we coworkers.
But no.
not if I understand that if we.
But no.
coworkers.
But no.
It's a fine line that we tried here.
But no.
Yeah.
I need to know what the fuck is going on with Parks so I know how to handle Parks. So I know how to treat Parks. So I know how to view him. And so I know how to covet and protect him as a friend. Not to put me in a position where I'm coming in here and I got to tiptoe around Parks, who may or may not be a ticking fucking time bomb. 3 years ago, we all sat here and gave our assessment on who was a serial killer in the profile and who was not. And y'all heard me. I said Rory's a serial killer. I said in my assessment, in my profile, I have Rory as the one who will shoot any of us in the head if his day gets a little bit too disgruntled. You got to handle your friends with care. You got to have some type of profile on your people so you know what's going on with them. That can't get lost in the fact that we come here and show up and talk twice a week. Yeah. It can't. I'm sorry. At some point, we got to get to the friendship because that's where the business spawned from. And it can't ever get reversed. It can't ever get to we're friends because there's business. And speaking from my perspective only, and like I told Maul, I've made some mistakes. I'm not perfect. But when I see that happening, I intervene. I can't allow it. I got to get on top of that. So when 6 weeks in a row happened of Rory challenging me to a fight and his hands, and me not being so comfortable in that because I don't necessarily play like that, and I'm listening back, and to me, I'm being expressive saying, yo, man, I don't play like that with my friends. And on the playback, I hear him say, yeah, but what if we not friends? Whoa, I got to take a look at that. That's for Joe to pause. That ain't for me to think that we in podcast, showy, chucky, ka, kiki, ka, game time. What if we not friends? Excuse me? Just got to lean back. Just got to lean back. When that happens for however many weeks, at some point, you got to intervene and say, all right, maybe something deeper is going on. Listen, this was cool, man. Hopefully y'all don't kill, say, Vaughn, Ice, or myself for thinking we're trying to keep this thing going without the boys, man. We know y'all love them.
We love them.
We know y'all love them. Shit. Yeah, but that's what can't get lost. Because we love them, fuck this pod. Fuck this pod. Life is a series of moments. This pod cannot be here tomorrow. It cannot exist. Again, like I told Maul, don't we got to talk anyway? Right. Hey, fuck this pod, nigga. Give a fuck. Roy, shut up.
All right.
No Budden. No warrior now.
This Parks.
Microphone check 1, 2. What is this? Our special guest for the day, friend filling in for friends, is Ish. Let's hit the round of applause for Ish.
The infamous Ish.
Yeah, finally, man.
Now that our hosts aren't here, we got to give like a background check on the people that are on the microphone. Ish is a Pisces.
He likes long walks on the beach.
Ish loves playing cards.
Something's wrong with this nigga.
Monopoly games. I don't fucking know what he's into.
Do we play?
I don't know.
Do we just show up?
Not here for that.
Okay.
What else? Ish listens to rap, but not really. Ish is not really on the internet. He's not really on the internet.
Right.
But Ish is a real estate mogul.
Come on, we're not doing that either.
But
bro.
it's the truth. We gotta give people their flowers. We gotta give people their flowers.
Yeah.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's not the truth.
Why?
All right.
Why black?
living your truth.
Why can't black men just take compliments?
Go ahead.
Ish is a real estate mogul with properties all over the country. And we will get into some of
Even
his...
Australia, Alaska and Hawaii, all over the country.
We out here, man.
South Dakota.
Big development project plans on the way.
Queens Project.
The Queen Shout.
It's been an entertaining few days on the internets.
Tell me more.
If there's one thing that Joe Budden is going to do is turn the internet upside down.
For real.
And you've done it again.
Two things according to the internet, because that's one.
Well, that's true.
And then the internet says if it's one thing Joe Budden's gonna do,
Fumble the bag.
Fuck up.
fuck it up. Hey man, it's not us.
Yeah.
It's the internet.
Okay, and let's deal with both of those things individually. We're here to tackle cultural topics, and unfortunately,
We're the culture today.
I am a cultural topic today. Boy, I hate when I provide something that proves the ops right? Oh my God, you've been hearing it, right? You've been reading it out there? Oh my God. Do they know I was suicidal before?
They're playing with you?
What the fuck is going on?
Have they been hurting your feelings, man?
No, I mean, yes, they have.
I heard they hurt St. Valen's feelings too.
Really?
They've been killing me.
No, they really have.
But how do you
They've been killing me.
feel?
I'm glad they took it off of me. And
Nah, they threw it on me. I feel good though. I feel good. Watching you go through this shit allows me to like, no, alright, I'll be alright.
Why? What do you mean by that?
Because I've seen you go through like real shit. So
Is
the
it-
internet don't really affect me in that space.
But is this real shit to you?
No, it's not. That's why I said I'm cool. I'm good. But they have been killing me.
The entire ordeal that we're going through in real time as a podcast, is that what were you just saying? Real stuff, real shit?
No, it's the internet, bro.
no, he's talking
No,
about
I'm talking
the
about-
situation is
Oh,
Whatever.
the situation. Oh, yeah.
of
This is
course.
real. Yeah,
That's real
this
shit.
is real. Because, hosts aren't here. So that's real shit.
Okay, good. Parks, I couldn't have planned this. They didn't even like my explanation.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't.
I saw that.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's hard to give the explanation without giving details about the business, which we're not going to do because that's just not who we are.
I saw a lot of memes. It was like, this
But
is-
if you're savvy, you can kind of
Who'd
see
you explain to?
the people.
The people.
The fans. The listeners, the audience. I tried to come in here and respect everyone's position. I tried to respect everyone's privacy, everyone's business ordeals, dealings, right? And I tried to tell people what's going on without really speaking about some of the things that are going on. Because even if I spoke about what was going on, it would be from Joe's perspective. Right. And that's not selfless. Like, there are other positions. There are other emotions. There are other actions that have occurred where you could just view it differently. So I tried to respect all of that, and they killed me.
Well, the problem with that was, which I realized after the fact, after reading the comments and everything, you went on there and said how you were being transparent, but wasn't being transparent. That's their beef.
They want us to read the contracts on the air, and
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
that, to them, that's transparency. Oh, okay, Joe's going to be transparent, but was very vague. So
But it
that
wasn't
that-
really vague. But I could see how people
I
would
get
think
it.
that it's.
I
If you let Joe tell it, this podcast has been vague for over a year. Whose perspective are we taking this from? Joe's brain says that we've been in here going through the motions for however long we've been going through it. We ain't hear no albums. We don't know who's dropping. We don't have no takes. Fuck it. But we're going to joke through this thing. That's vague. When I was saying transparent, I was holding it against that bar. Like, hey, I'm going to divulge more than I probably would if the show were in its normal fashion. And I thought I did that. If you ain't get it, you ain't get it. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, mind your fucking business in the first place.
Well, there you go too.
But then that's wrong too. Everything that Joe does and says in this particular moment is off for
They
some
want
reason.
us to be messy-er.
That's all they really want.
Yeah, they want us to be messier.
They want to see you throwing dirt on their names. Then they want to see them come and throwing dirt on your names. And
Correct.
the Civil War break out. Everybody choose their sides. That's what they want.
Yeah.
But these all grown men here.
Right.
We don't move like that.
Right.
So they're not going to get it. So that's why no matter what you say.
But
they
that's
say-
the part that I don't get. Because when I hear that, I say, like there was a clubhouse room, somebody started it. It was, can Joe Budden continue to level up without Rory and Maul, without his guys? And I went there and I peeked in there from the burner, of course.
So gotta be
Then I
on the
couldn't-
burner. Gotta be on the
It was
shouts to
from the burner until I got too mad. Then I used mine. I'm in here now. Fuck is you niggas talking about in here? What's happening? Right? So I go in there and they throwing all these theories at the wall. And I get on the stage and I say, yo, man, y'all ain't never went through nothing with your friends? Like, to me, that is transparent.
But the problem,
Think about all the things that you could possibly get into with your friends.
Of course.
And then convolute it with all the things that exist here. And again, that is a fault of Joe's, right? Like, oh, they hate that third person shit.
Yeah.
That is a fault of mine.
Derek Jackson.
Narcissist.
Derek
I saw
Jackson.
that word a lot.
I
saw that word a
we
lot.
gonna get to all of it.
All right.
That is a problem. That is a defect of mine. I typically assume that other people know certain things.
They don't.
No, you can't assume that though.
Most of these people have regular jobs and have never dealt with IP kind of battles or any of the things that we kind of talk about for the most part.
Have people ever gone through anything with their friends?
Well,
Now, when you say that, think of all the things that can go into that bucket.
a lot of people don't do business with their friends too, though.
Bingo.
That's true.
I'll tell you this so they don't say I'm just talking in circles for 20 minutes. Dan, why do I feel like everything I say is egotistical now?
Because it is.
It's not. And stop it.
I wonder why.
Stop it, because that's my fucking problem
I
now.
wonder
I didn't bring you here for that. That's not why I brought you here. Damn, what was I about to say? A poignant point.
About something that was egotistical.
Oh, I think one of my better qualities is that I'm able to take myself out of a situation.
Okay.
Like, I know who I am. I know how I'm going to feel about things. I know how I'm going to react to something. But I try to take myself out and think of all the ways that anybody else could feel
Okay.
in a situation. So when they say these things that they're saying, all hurtful, horrible things, I get it because I viewed it through that lens. But is it my view necessarily? No. Case in point, everything Joe touches turns to shit.
That's been a popular
That's
popular narrative.
Well, if you understand how mass media works and how programming works, then you wouldn't be shocked at any of this. Somebody with a huge platform and a loud voice put that into the atmosphere.
Right.
That means that thinking will be adapted by people who know no better.
Correct.
Ta-da! The end. And if that's where the story stops, then that's where it stops for you. I ain't never ruined nothing that I ain't make.
That's a good point.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I never went to somebody's house and started fucking putting mud all over the white couch. I've never done that. Y'all say something because they're going to say y'all are yes men.
Nah, that
and
was
that
a
there's
good one.
nobody here to
That-
challenge me.
I was waiting for you to continue.
That's the truth. What the fuck is there to challenge about that?
I went to Def Jam. I had a real
Whatever.
tough time. And I was without a lot of information. I was young. I was depressed. I acted out. I ruined that shit. But it was my deal. It was my deal. No, I didn't feel like all the people that were participating in that needed to participate in those same ways. I ruined it. I was the talent. I sat behind everything. I was fucked up. Nobody eats if the creative person is fucked up. I fucked that up. Right? Awesome. I'll take that. But I did that.
Right.
That was a conscious decision made. Like, I don't think people know all the thought that goes into thinking about fucking something up that's working.
Yeah, it's not active. It's not an emotional reaction.
Yeah,
like, I
you
just did this.
can't. You can't. From there, what did I fuck up? My fucking amalgam deal. But it was fucked up. Compounding mistake after mistake. The deal was fucked up. Yes, I'm fucking it up. I had to fuck it up for you to send it to E1 for them to fix some of the fuck ups, but that was fucked up too. So I'm done here. First love in hip hop. It was fucked up. It's fucked up. I'm out of here. Get me out of here. When it's fucked up, it's fucked up. What you want me to do for Slaughterhouse? Hey, if it's fucked up, it's fucked up. They be saying I fuck shit up. I be saying, hey, by the time I fuck it up, I had 2.5 years of trying to get this right. Whatever, I'm on a tangent.
It was an informative tangent.
Whatever, who cares? It's not important.
It's been an interesting week.
Moral of the story is Joe gonna fuck it up.
Please. Please. The toughest thing in the world, and this is a strength of mine, but only me and a few other people. Everybody in the world has trouble letting go. It's tough. When you're used to some things, when you're accustomed to things, when things are convenient, when you have utilized things for a certain amount of time. Actually, fuck all that I just said, right? I went skydiving as part of like an album rollout. I wanted to do it. I got to the air. The instructor said, I'm going to open the door. You got the outfit on. We're going to pull the thing. You're going to hold me tight. But when we count to 3, you let go and jump and just let your body go. And he said, 1, 2, 3. Yo, man, get off me. I wanted to skydive. I drove there to skydive 2 hours. But when it was time to let go, I was afraid.
Man, get off.
I was afraid. I didn't know what was coming next. I wasn't prepared.
Right. And you never did it before. So
there was a lot
Nah,
of
that
fear,
fear of the unknown is a monster.
involved.
Fear of the unknown. There we go.
Yeah.
My cousin Michael Paul, he's a doctor. He went out and bought a car. He bought the newest and prettiest Tesla. He's over at fucking my dad's house. He's talking about a Tesla. He says, yo, man, I walked out of Home Depot, me and such. I pressed a button. The car valeted itself to me. It pulled up to me, and I got right in. When I get on the highway for the long drives, when I tell you about the autopilot feature on the Tesla, man, it is the best. You can basically fall asleep and the car will drive you somewhere. All that gotta happen is you gotta keep your hand on the wheel every 5 minutes so that the car knows that you're awake and you're watching and you're sensible. And my dad, who's 60 plus, said, and he drives with 2 feet, said, well, that's gotta be really tough to get accustomed to. I would have a hard time, you guessed it,
Letting go.
letting go. I would have a hard time letting go and letting this machinery just lead the way without any implication
input.
for me.
Yeah.
Letting go is hard no matter where you put it. When I had to retire from rap, the only thing I knew, it was a let go process. Boy, was it tough. I had some resentment. I didn't think anybody else knew how tough it was, but you let go. Everybody in here has had a relationship that may have been difficult to let go of, and then in a few years you look back and said, man, what the fuck was I on back then? The fuck did she have me doing?
I've moved across the country a couple times.
Letting go is tough.
It is.
Letting go is tough. I imagine that if you have ingratiated us into your system for the last 3-4 years, however long it's been, then letting go of that dynamic is tough. But you can't learn, you can't do anything new if you don't. That's it. And that's not an indictment toward us at all, because I want the guys to come back and us to do what we got to do.
Yeah, me too. I think they will. We'll see.
I think nobody wants them to come back more than I do.
It's only me that's a sucker out here now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so much fun, man.
Being a sucker?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Cash App Joe?
Please not.
What?
Cash App Joe.
It's Moneybag Joe.
You've adopted that?
I'm daddy.
Oh, you late?
I'm daddy.
You've adopted that?
No, I'm daddy. Actually, the better question is, how are y'all dealing not being suckers out here? Like, y'all are being noble, right? Y'all got your principles.
I tricked on my girl
Corey
this weekend.
showed me a text exchange between him and somebody where he was honorable. He ain't get no pussy. But boy, was
honor was high.
wow, yo, what a man move. Yo, you really told her she can't take up all of your time, buddy. You drew a line in the sand. Now, honorable man, dick dry as can be, but cool. Now, you two gentlemen, I won't speak to your statuses, but y'all ain't moving and shaking out here like the New World Order would demand.
Nah.
Y'all not sending crypto to bitches, right?
No.
You not Bitcoining your hoes?
No.
You're not building houses for chicks?
No.
Birkin bags?
No.
Chanel even?
No.
No.
Heels?
No.
Michael Kors?
No.
Versace robe?
Versace towel?
Why?
Hand towel.
Why? All right. My new question: why are you guys as girls with you guys?
Because they love it.
Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about
All right.
Don't worry about it.
The
Don't worry
streets.
about it.
Oh, the streets.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the streets.
I do it in the streets, but I mean,
We know.
Yeah, no, we know.
no, stop. That's what has these accounting issues coming up. Hey, just so we clear, I'm spending my own money
T-double-D over there.
on strippers
My own money.
and escorts and potential love interests. They killed you last pod for saying that you have a problem with Premier Beats, and don't say it again. Don't double down.
This house.
But
Let me just ask, all right, I'm not going to double down. I'm not
man.
going to ask.
You ever heard Mass Appeal?
I did, but let me just ask y'all a question. Why do I have to like Premier and Alchemist beats?
You don't. That's why I didn't argue with you.
And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
You do.
whack.
You don't
I'm not
like
any
Why,
of them.
why do you have to
No,
have a
some-
driver's
some.
license?
Have some.
Oh, okay.
Have some. Have some.
Why do you have to be 21
There
before
are
you can
some.
get a drink? Why do you have to be 21
Those are
before
laws.
you can vote?
Those are laws.
And this is a hip hop law.
No, it's not.
It is though.
Hip hop's for everybody.
It is though.
You can't gatekeep hip hop. You cannot
said you were a
gatekeep
gatekeeper.
hip hop.
No, you can't. That word. I got a pound. Wow.
Part of my
Ice,
left, man.
Ice. No, you can't gatekeep hip hop. However, if someone that says they're in the hip hop community says they don't like a premier beat,
I didn't
then
say any.
That's points on your license.
I didn't say any. I'm just saying
But right,
that
that's
sound
points.
is
Hey,
not
of course
my
you
favorite.
can. Of course you can have that opinion. You could hate every Alchemist beat, the Freddie Gibbs album. You can hate all that.
Correct.
But that would be points off of your hip hop license.
According to who though? Who made you? Who made you
Not
the
me.
DMV?
Not me. Not me. The DMV would be the consensus. Do you think where hip hop is now? Do you think it's unconventional?
I think it's. Oh well.
I think it's a lot of things.
Yeah, I was gonna. I don't.
Tell me
really
more.
think it- but I'm gonna let Ish finish his point because he said yes.
There was a video of Lil Nas X getting chased through some purple woods by a
Hammer
snake.
chase Hove through the woods.
Giving a lap dance to the devil and rubbing the devil's
Definitely a Rory
nipples.
joke over there. Hammer chase Hove through the woods.
did.
I saw the video.
That's what we beefed over, by the way. That's
That
what our
is-
beef
Oh
started.
yeah, I
is-
forgot you had beef with
Yeah,
that.
That
that's
is
what it started from.
definitely unconventional.
For Little Nas X to run through the woods naked with a BBL.
Yes, and give the devil a lap dance.
Can I?
You
Let me
think
ask-
we
let me
have
ask-
good lap dance?
That was a metaphor to say fuck the devil.
I'm cool.
I stand by fuck the devil.
Let me ask you this,
I would
Ish.
too.
Ish, do you classify Lil Nas X as a hip hop artist?
Is there really a definitive line now between genres of music?
No, it's blurry.
It's really
blurred,
It's
but
blurry.
He has a
Well, you
hip
got-
hop beat to the song.
everything's hip hop beat.
Yeah.
He made a country record with trap beat.
Yeah.
It's not it wasn't a hip hop record.
See, and this is where I have a
And it's
problem.
from Trent Reznor, who's
That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't even expect him to make hip. He's not a hip hop artist. He's black.
What does that mean, whatever Ice is saying? Because I'm taking it as Little Nas X is gay. So do you consider the music that he's making that best represents him now to be hip hop music?
think that's what he was saying.
He can't.
No,
He can't be saying that
No,
after
no,
just
not at
saying who is the gatekeeper that tells me I have to like a preem beat?
I'm not.
Who
I'm not-
are the gatekeepers that say Little Nas X
It's
can't
not
put this
hip-hop.
video out and it's not hip hop?
I'm asking, is it hip hop?
But why are you asking?
Well, because he came out with a country.
Because he got
record.
his ass poking
I don't
out
care about
in
the video. I'm talking about the song. I don't care about the video.
Then why
Just
you keep
listening
looking
to
at the
the song.
I just
video?
don't think that Lil Nas X is particularly a hip hop.
That's my question.
I think that's what
So,
he's saying. That-
Right.
I would agree.
I wouldn't even call him a hip
I
hop
don't call
artist.
Post Malone a hip hop artist. I don't. There's a lot of
Exactly.
people like
That's my point. I'm not. This is not a hip hop standard. He's not a hip hop artist, so it don't matter.
What's the standard?
rapping.
Got to be some rap, some one way or another. You got to rap over it at some point.
He's rapping and
He's
he's a
rapping in the
priority
song.
at his label and he has all the money in the world
He's singing.
to.
He's
not
not
really
rapping.
rapping.
He's not rapping.
What is he doing? Singing?
Singing.
He's singing. He's singing over this record.
His look at his face is beat. Oh my God, his nails are done.
I see what Joe doing.
Yeah.
He's trying to win him over. I got you.
I don't have to win him over.
trying that
because
hard to
Yeah. He pandering.
what is wrong
Hold
with
your
these
cup.
people?
Hold your cup.
He's just admiring the
I'm
man's
not pandering to gays. I'm not
I
uncomfortable
didn't
around
say
gays.
who. I just said
I'm not uncomfortable. Listen, homie is swinging down the longest pole in the world with his ass out and
Stroking
beautiful
the
braids.
pole.
I love when my girl has those braids. But I'm not judging him for it. But what I did think when I heard this was, I wonder who's playing Old Town Road today. Like, was that his entry song? Like, did that song not mean anything to who he is? Because this looks a little more on par with what he wants to do artistically.
well, like I
I
said.
think he
this-
made a shitload
Old
of
Town
money.
Road, was we fucking with it before the gimmick of it? Before the, hey, they're not letting me in country.
That was how it started.
Right.
But then his like
And that started the
We
way.
had that talk about
the
other
EP
artists.
that it
So
ended
this
up
feels-
being on was more like this, where it's kind of like emo singing hip hop, kind of almost like a Juice WRLD type thing.
Again, like I told y'all,
It's
when you
hip-hop.
first put this video on, whose DNA is all in this video? The same person he was a stan of his entire social media
Nicki
career
Minaj.
before he popped off. This is what this is. This is Nicki Minaj.
This is a Nicki Minaj
It is
video.
fairly.
So
like,
this
yes.
is on brand for him, for the real him.
Who asked better? All right, just forget
So-
it.
so
Just
Parks,
forget
you
it.
gotta sleep
Let's just move on. We just move on from that. But shout out to Lil Nas X. That's my guy, man.
Congrats.
Damn, I don't even remember what I was saying now. Something about cheating, right?
Yeah.
No, the lady, they've been crucifying the lady. Even other
Oh,
women.
listen, I have been crucified for cheating. This is going to sound bad. But my response to that in a few different situations was, yeah, but why'd I do that? Like, you didn't suck my dick in 5 years.
I just heard, I heard what gaslighting was. I didn't know what it was.
That's gaslighting.
That's
what I'm doing right
gaslighting.
now.
That is gaslighting.
If I'm explaining why cheating made sense with you, it's gaslighting.
I'm not.
Maya Angelou came up with that shit.
You can't flip it. No, look, I used to just call it the flip. Like
One of our favorite women came up with this bullshit gaslighting.
It was the flip. I used to call it the flip, and I'm a
Yeah,
man.
and
if I'm in a
master.
relationship with you and
The flips sound better anyway.
I'm the flip. I'm the master gymnast. I used to be a flipper in my day, but again,
I want my dick sucked if you want me to not cheat on you.
I want a lot of things. If you want me to not cheat on you,
Head is one of them, though. And if I'm not receiving that, I'm cool. I'm not the biggest head guy. But in year 5, if I don't receive that, and I bump into the wettest mouth in the world, if I bump into the wettest mouth by chance, oops, I didn't even know she would be at Barcode that day. And it's just super wet and I can't get enough. What's your beef? What's your issue? Tanisha kills. Forget it. You're not gonna lick my ass? Don't worry about it. I'm cheating. I'm cheating on you.
Yo.
I like my ass licked, and that seems to be a boundary that you don't want to get into. And Shorty over there, Starlets, does it like without even asking. That's her thing. She gets right
that's
to
her
my
go-to.
ass.
That's the go-to.
Yeah, it's no kissing. She gets right to her tongue on my ass. And I love it. I continue to text her. I continue to communicate with her.
what time did you get off?
Yeah, no, we troubleshoot problems. We have great conflict resolution. I get mad, she licks my ass. No more conflict.
Got good after that.
Oh, so the best.
So she ain't going nowhere.
No, she ain't going nowhere.
New Joe Budden.